We start KVUE News at 5 with breaking news, a KVUE Defenders exclusive. New questions about a confidential internal report about what Austin police knew about the projectiles that injured more than a dozen people in the May 2020 police brutality protests.
Now, this report was finalized late last year, more than 3.5 years after the protest, just as prosecutors dropped all but 4 of 21 cases against police officers. Here's senior reporter Tony Plahetsky.
As Austin Police Sergeant Stephen Willis watched the unprecedented May 2020 protest and injuries to demonstrators, he told the department in an interview in late 2023 that he was sick to his stomach because of images like these. In a statement to investigators on September 21st, he said, quote, "I see people walking by holding injuries, bleeding, and my first thought was, oh my God, we never changed the round. So then later I see pictures of the rounds and the wounds that the emergency room doctors were pulling out of people, and I just got sick." A new confidential report obtained by the KVUE Defenders says concerns by Willis and others in the department were mounting months before the May 2020 protest. This incident that January heightened concerns of what investigators called an overpenetration, meaning that the rounds caused more damage than they should. 3.5 years later, this report is raising new questions about what the department did and did not know about the performance of the munitions. The report, completed in late 2023, says, quote, "There is evidence to believe that the Austin Police Department had knowledge, information, and data indicating there was a possible issue with the age, condition, and accuracy of the 12-gauge less lethal round prior to and leading into the 2020 riots." It adds, while there is no official documentation, it is reasonable to believe that there were, at least, verbal communications regarding concerns up to the command level. And the report says this knowledge of potential deficiencies does not appear to have been disseminated to the department as a whole, and specifically to officers on patrol utilizing this equipment on a day-to-day basis. The report added that a retired corporal, Will Mikado, quote, "believed the condition, age of the rounds was to account for critical incidents." The report says current APD Chief of Staff Jeff Greenwalt sought the investigation while familiarizing himself with the events that transpired in preparation of civil depositions related to the protest and realized not all information pertaining to the munitions had been gathered and shared with the Travis County DA's office. In a statement, APD said, quote, "Due to the open and ongoing criminal cases being prosecuted by the Travis County District Attorney, APD is not able to provide any additional information."
It's important to note that while we are learning more about the concerns within APD about the munitions, it's still unclear 3.5 years later whether the rounds were in fact defective. While the report highlights those concerns, it does not conclusively say that the munitions themselves led to the serious injuries. And one attorney I spoke with who represented an injured protester said he did not find evidence to base a claim against the manufacturer. In a statement that we got just a short time ago, the Travis County District Attorney's Office said, quote, "Like many in our community, our office is troubled by both the conclusions of this investigation as well as the timing." So here we are 3.5 years later, still learning and still unpacking that historic weekend and those historic days in Austin in May 2020.
Interesting, Tony. We know you will stay, of course, on top of all of this. Thank you so much for that report.
You bet.